Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today let's take a look at the all-new 2026 Honda Pilot. This is an all-wheel drive trail sport. Huge shout out to Honda of Huntersville for providing this SUV for me today. Take a look at their website. That link is down in the description. This Pilot is finished off in a new color. This is ash green metallic, and the MSRP is just over $52,000. Now this is powered by the 3.5 liter naturally aspirated V6. It's paired to the 10-speed automatic. It pumps out 285 horsepower at 262 pound-feet of torque. That power being sent through the all-wheel drive system, of course, propelling this 4,700-pound SUV from 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. It has a top speed of 110 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 18.5 gallons, and you'll expect to see 18 miles per gallon in the city, 23 out on the highway. This also has a wheelbase of 113.8 inches. Its overall length is 200.2. It has a width of 78.5, a height of 72, and its ground clearance measures in at 8.3 inches. Now for the 26-year model, there's been quite a lot done to this compared to the previous generation. This now has a front fascia that is more boxy than the previous model. It has a larger grille too. There's also the two-tone rectangular elements in the lower portion of the bumper. You'll notice too the large Honda badge, which is also the sensor for distance pacing. This model has a forward-facing camera. There's also the Trailsport badge, of course, and then all the parking sensors, and then LEDs for all of the lighting. There's also fog lights in the lower section too, and then all of the gray trim in the grille matches nicely with the lower section there. And then there's a few lines coming down the hood to give it a great look. You'll notice too, for the side, this has the all-terrain tires with the 18-inch wheel. There's also some plastic for the fender flares, which comes off of the lower bumper there. It's on the side skirts too, and this also has a camera and a turn signal for the mirrors there. You'll notice the roof rack up top and then a full moonroof as well. And this also has gloss black for the door handles too. Now in back, you'll notice there's the spoiler with the two-tone design along with the third brake light. There's also the wiper blade, LEDs for the lighting. There's the backup camera and the parking sensors too. This can also tow around 5,000 pounds, so this model has the factory installed hitch, and you'll notice orange accents around the Pilot badge there, which is neat to see. Now this also has remote start, so you can lock the vehicle and hold this button on the left side to activate that. You can also use the button on the key fob or the control underneath in order to gain access to your cargo space, where this does have a power operating liftgate. And then with the Pilot, this is a 3-row SUV. So as you can tell, I have the rear in a half split, so that way you can see your cargo space when you have the seats down and your cargo space with the rear seat up. Now you also get some storage underneath the floor as well, so you can place in some items underneath. You could remove that if you have taller items. There's also a storage bin on this left side. There's a 12-volt too, and there's also an area where you can place the cover. So that will attach here. You have to have the third row down in order to utilize that, and then you can lock it into place. Now the third row is also manual, so you have this strap here which will fold the headrest, and then you can quickly fold the seat down and then pull on this tab, and these seats even recline as well. So you can go all the way back. You do need 2 hands in order to lock it into place, and then you can adjust the headrest from there. So for a 3-row SUV, you definitely have a lot of space, and then you can push on that button up top, and that's how you can lower the liftgate. Now as we work our way to the interior, you'll notice that this has sunshades, which is nice to see. There's also orange stitching, a split level for the door panel there, and then your window control and door release. Pilot is also down on the door sill, and then this model has captain's chairs for the second row. So there's an adjustable armrest where you can get nice and comfortable. This seat also reclines, so you have that bar. It does move forwards and backwards, which is nice. And then you have 2 buttons to gain access to your third row. You can push on this button down on the side, or you can simply push the button on the back. So that is the button for your third row passengers in order to exit the vehicle. And then hopping into this third row, there's room for 2. You have a good bit of leg space. At 5'10", it's actually pretty comfortable. There's cup holders, there's some auxiliaries and vents too. And at my height, I have about 2 inches or so of headroom. So while my knees are a little bit higher than the base of the seat, I could ride around town if I needed to be in the back. Of course, it's going to be better for smaller kids, but you have that ability to put in adults, which makes it a lot more user-friendly. Now, as we hop into the second row, I can slide this seat back where you have storage pockets. These are even heated seats as well. There's all of your controls underneath, along with auxiliaries too and vents. You get this large storage area right in the middle, And then at my height, I have about the same as the third row, except you can recline these even further, which is nice. I don't know if I mentioned the third row does recline slightly as well, so that makes it a lot more comfortable for your passengers in the back. Now, as we work our way to the front, this has memory seating adjustments. There's the side mirror adjustments, which are power folding as well, the window controls, and even more storage. And then the automatic front seats, which have Trailsport in the headrest and all of the orange stitching. Now, it's not a large SUV, so it's pretty easy to enter, where we are greeted with the orange stitching for this leather steering wheel. So on the left side, there's engine temperature. On the right side, there is fuel, and then you can go through a lot more within the gauge cluster itself. So there's the tach, miles per hour, and then you have 2 rotary dials on both sides. So on this left side, you'll have tuning along with volume and voice commands, and then you can also use that dial, and you can use that to go through the left side of the digital gauge cluster, where you'll notice you have a lot of audio adjustments you can go into depending on what you would like to use. And then on the right side, there's your cruise control settings, distance pacing, lane keeping assist, and then you can use that rotary dial to go through information on the right side. The rest of everything is going to be fixed, like engine temperature on that left, fuel on the right, and then your tach and miles per hour. But you can go through even your nav when you have that on and running, front and center. So very nice to see. And then this is also equipped with paddle shifters, so you can use those as well. On this left side, there's the liftgate release along with a defroster. There's 1 air vent. And then with the larger infotainment system now, when you go under the home screen, you have all these icons that you can scroll through. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are wireless, which is nice. You can get into general settings. You have Bluetooth adjustments, USBs, and then on the right side, you have a split view. So you can go through all of this information as well, which is nice. There's also shortcuts on this left side. You can get into your maps along with Apple CarPlay, and then volume is underneath that. There's also vents, and then there's your temperature. So fan speeds in the middle, temperature on both sides. This has heated seats as well. There's also defrosters where you'd like the air to go, and you can also get into the rear adjustments as well. You can turn those on and off and even lock it out. There's auxiliaries with wireless charging and storage down below, along with 2 cup holders. And then this is the gear selector. So pull that back for reverse, and you can bring up the backup camera with a few different angles. And then if you put it into drive and then put it into trail mode, where you have a few others, if I start moving forwards, the forward camera will pop up. So you have that angle and the top-down view if you need that added visibility. You can push on drive again for the sport setting, and then parks in front of that. And then for the rest of the driving modes, you can go through all of these as needed. So just depending on the traction that you need and the throttle response that you need too. There's engine start stop along with the downhill assist, auto hold, and the e-brake. You have a lot of storage in that armrest, along with in the glove box, where there's also a tray up top. And then there's garage door buttons up top as well, along with the sunglass holder. There's also another wide angle lens, so that way you can see to the rear passengers there, the third row. And then there's controls for both the sunroof and sunshade. Those are both automatic. And then here's a look at visibility, where it's very easy to see over both shoulders, even with this added length. As we set up behind the wheel now for the latest Pilot from Honda, this is a really cool spec. I also just got out of the newest Passport Trailsport as well. So comparing them back to back, this is pretty much a Passport. It does have some smoother lines and angles from the exterior, however, and it's also a 3-row versus the 2-row Pilot or a Passport. So just depending on if you need that extra practicality or not, you have 2 really nice options with a lot of good tech features. So for this Trailsport here, we have the standard all-wheel drive system. You get the newer screen. You have that boxier front end design, not quite as boxy in the rear as the Passport, but I think it's a really nice refresh for the model. And you also have some more ground clearance. This is a vehicle that you could take off the pavement. Maybe if you're going camping, hiking, something like that. You have the all-wheel drive system to help you in those situations with the different modes, along with different throttle inputs as well. So I think this is a really nice newest model. It is going to vary depending on the trim level, however, with the Pilot, if you have this larger screen and some of the other tech features, of course. So it just depends on your budget and what you were looking to get. But I've been able to drive the Pilot and the Passport before. I know these are very comfortable vehicles. They're very well insulated as well. So this would make for a great daily driver, something that you could commute with every single day, of course. And then if you needed a functional third row, you have that in a vehicle of this smaller size. So you don't have to go to a larger or a jumbo 3-row SUV to still get some of those same practicalities in this smaller vehicle. It's not all that much different in length compared to the Passport, which has a lot of space behind that second row. But with this here, you have both options of putting people in the back or extra storage. And it's very easy to drive and maneuver as well. So again, if you're not looking for that larger 3-row, this is something that you can easily maneuver in parking lots. It's going to have a really good turning radius as well, and just a comfortable place to be. For your driver here at 5'10", I have maybe 2.5 inches or so of headroom, and the seat does go down a little bit more. So you can be taller than me and still fit comfortably in this driver's seat. So let's put it into sport mode now. It's a new vehicle, so we won't do anything crazy, but from third gear, we can give it a small acceleration and use the paddle shifters if you want to. They're not really something for this particular model you'll be using for day-to-day driving, but you could use them if you're off-road, if you want to hold a gear, maybe you have a trailer on the back, you can use them as needed, or you can use them if you want to get up to speed and have a little bit more of a sporty drive for your trail sport. Now with the rest of the driving modes as well, the RPM does jump slightly in sport mode compared to normal mode, so it will give you a little bit more throttle input as well. If you need to get up to speed a little quicker, you just like a little bit more response, you have the option to do that. And so we're still in sport mode, here we go. And just a minor acceleration for this new vehicle. This does have a good get up and go to it for that naturally aspirated V6. I know that is something as well. A lot of people will be drawn towards this SUV because of that engine. It is something that is very reliable from Honda, and it's something that is going to last you a very long time. So this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the latest Pilot with one of the top trim levels here with the Trailsport. There's a few other additions that you can get with the Trailsport in general, but we have the larger screen. All of the climate adjustments are physical buttons, which I know a lot of people do like. It's super easy to not only go through all of these, but even if I'm paying attention to traffic and of course the road, I can put my hand on these three and know exactly what they are. So without even looking at them, it's very easy to go through those settings as needed. And again, turning radius here is very nice. So for a 3-row SUV that's functional, very easy to drive and maneuver. And then we'll get back up to speed here to merge in with traffic. And we have a very nice vehicle. So if you're looking for a 3-row SUV, you don't want something large, we have some very nice materials too. There's even some soft touch materials on the door panels and the top of the dash here, which is nice. It just gives it more of a premium feel, especially for its price point. This is a great option to go with. Super functional if you need a 3-row SUV, and one that you could use to tow some smaller trailers. So maybe you're going camping with a camper, 4-wheeler, something like that. You can put a small trailer on and have a capable all-wheel drive SUV. But that is going to wrap it up for the latest Pilot. Once again, huge shout out to Honda of Huntersville for providing this for me today. Take a look at their website, give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I will see you all in the next video.